The dominance-warmth axis. You meet someone at a party. They're sharp, funny, well-dressed, objectively attractive. But when they leave the room, you don't think about them again. Then there's the other person, less polished, quieter entrance. But when they talk to you, something shifts. You lean in. You remember their name. You find yourself hoping they stay. What's the difference? It's not charisma. It's not looks. It's where they land on two invisible axes your brain is constantly measuring: dominance and warmth. Dominance is competence, status, the sense that this person can handle things, make decisions, navigate complexity without falling apart. Warmth is safety, openness, the feeling that they see you, not just what you can do for them. Here's the trap most people fall into. They max out one axis and ignore the other. High dominance, low warmth. You're impressive, maybe intimidating. People respect you from a distance, but they don't invite you to things, don't text you when something good happens. You're the person they admire, not the person they want. High warmth, low dominance. You're likable, safe, easy to be around, but forgettable. People enjoy your company in the moment, then never think about you again. You're the person they're nice to, not the person they chase. The people who pull you in, the ones you can't stop thinking about, they've cracked the code. They're warm enough that your guard drops, dominant enough that your attention stays locked. They ask about your day, but they've also got somewhere to be. They listen, but they don't need your approval. They make you feel seen, but they're not performing for you. Your brain reads this as rare, valuable, worth keeping close. Most people think attraction is about being more interesting, more successful, more everything. But the real move? Balance the axes. Show competence without coldness. Show warmth without desperation. Be the person who can hold a room and still make someone feel like the only one in it. That's not a trick. That's the entire game. Mismatch signal. You're talking to someone new. Everything checks out. Good conversation, shared interests. They're saying all the right things, but your brain is screaming, something's wrong. You can't name it, can't point to a specific moment, but the feeling sits there, heavy and certain. That's not paranoia. That's your brain catching a mismatch signal. Here's how it works. Your subconscious is running pattern recognition at a speed your conscious mind can't touch. It's scanning for alignment. Does their body language match their words? Does their tone match their face? Does their story match their energy? When everything lines up, you relax. Trust builds without effort. But when something's off, even by a degree, your brain flags it. Not as a thought, as a feeling. Someone says, "I'm fine," with a clenched jaw. Mismatch. Someone tells a funny story, but their eyes stay flat. Mismatch. Someone says they're confident, but their hands won't stop moving. Mismatch. Your brain doesn't care what they're saying. It's watching what they're leaking. And here's the part most people miss. You're sending these signals too. You say you're excited about something while your shoulders slump. You laugh at a joke, but your face doesn't move. You tell someone you're interested while checking your phone. They don't consciously notice, but their brain does. And it files you under, "Don't trust this one." The people who feel magnetic, they've eliminated the mismatch. When they're happy, their whole body shows it. When they're focused, you feel the weight of their attention. When they say something matters, their tone doesn't waver. There's no gap between what they project and what they feel. No static, no lag. Your brain reads that as rare, real, safe to invest in. Most people think attraction is about saying the right things, but your body is louder than your words. And people's brains are better lie detectors than you think. The move isn't to fake alignment. It's to mean what you say, feel what you show. Close the gap between your mask and your face. Because the moment someone senses a mismatch, the connection is already over. They just haven't left yet. Touch escalation. You're sitting across from someone you're into. Conversation's good, vibes there, but there's a wall between you that words can't break. Physical distance. And the longer it stays, the weirder it gets to cross. Here's what most people do wrong. They wait for the perfect moment, build it up in their head, then go for a big move that lands like a jump scare. Hand on the lower back, arm around the shoulder, a hug that lasts 2 seconds too long. Their body tenses. Your brain registers rejection. The moment dies. You didn't fail because they weren't interested. You failed because you skipped the ladder. Touch isn't binary. It's not nothing then something. It's a progression, and your job is to climb it so smoothly they don't notice the steps. Rung 1. Socially acceptable touch. High five, handshake, tap on the arm when you're laughing at something they said. Their brain doesn't flag it. It's neutral territory. Rung 2. Repeated neutral touch. You do it again and again. Not creepy, just casual. A hand on their shoulder when you lean in to hear them. A brush of the arm when you're walking side by side. You're desensitizing their nervous system, teaching their body that your proximity is safe. Rung 3. Sustained touch. Your knee touches theirs under the table. You don't pull away, neither do they. That's not an accident. That's a green light. Rung 4, intentional touch. You move their hair out of their face. Hold their hand for a second longer than necessary. The context has shifted. They know what's happening. And if they're still here, they're saying yes. The people who are good at this, you don't see them working. It feels natural, inevitable, like the touch was always going to happen because they didn't wait for permission. They built comfort. Most people think attraction is about the right words or the right timing, but your body speaks first, and theirs is listening. The move isn't to be bold, it's to be gradual. Climb the ladder one rung at a time, because the moment they're comfortable with your touch, the wall is gone. The 90-second window. You walk into a room, new job, party, coffee shop, doesn't matter. Someone glances at you. Their brain makes a decision in 90 seconds. Not about whether you're attractive, about whether you're worth their energy. And here's the brutal part. You don't get a second window. Most people think first impressions are about what you say, your opener, your joke, your credentials. Wrong. Your brain decides about someone before they've finished their first sentence. It's reading, posture, eye contact, how you move through space, whether you look like you belong or like you're apologizing for being there. Confident people don't announce it. Their body does. They walk at a normal pace, not rushed, not slow, like they've been here before. They make eye contact without staring, a beat longer than comfortable, then away. It says, I see you. I'm not intimidated. They take up space without invading it, shoulders back, hands visible, no fidgeting, no phone as a security blanket. And when they talk, they don't fill silence with noise. They let pauses exist because they're not performing. They're just there. Your brain reads all of this as high value, low need, worth knowing. Now flip it. Someone walks in looking at the floor, shoulders tight. They scan for a safe corner. When you talk to them, they laugh too hard at things that aren't funny, agree too fast, offer too much. Your brain doesn't think they're nice. It thinks they're trying too hard. And if they're trying this hard with me, what does that say about their options? Harsh, but automatic. The 90-second window isn't about impressing people. It's about not triggering their low status alarm. You don't need to be the most interesting person in the room. You just need to look like you're not worried about it. Most people think attraction starts with conversation, but the decision to have that conversation, that happened in the first 90 seconds, before you said a word. The move isn't to rehearse an entrance. It's to stop apologizing for taking up space. Walk in like you're supposed to be there, because the moment someone believes you belong, they want to know why. Triangular desire. You want someone who doesn't want you back. Then they start showing interest, texting first, making plans, saying the things you wanted to hear. And suddenly, you're not sure anymore. The pull fades. The obsession cools. You start noticing their flaws. What changed? Nothing about them, everything about the structure. Welcome to triangular desire. Here's the glitch in human attraction. We don't want people. We want people other people want. Your brain doesn't assess value in a vacuum. It looks for social proof, validation, evidence that someone is worth chasing. And the fastest proof? Competition. When someone's unavailable, your brain fills in the gaps. They must be busy, important, desired by others. That scarcity becomes value. But the moment they're fully available, texting back instantly, clearing their schedule, making you the center, the triangle collapses. No mystery, no competition, no third point to make the desire hold its shape. Your brain recalculates. If they want me this badly, maybe I'm overvaluing them. Brutal, but automatic. This is why the person who's too nice never wins. Not because kindness is unattractive, because availability without tension feels like low demand. And low demand reads as low value. The people who stay magnetic, they keep the triangle intact. They're interested, but not available on command. They make time for you, but they've got a life that doesn't pause when you text. They like you, but they're not building their world around you. There's always a third point, a career, a passion, other people who want their attention, not as a game, as a reality. Your brain reads that and thinks, this person is chosen by others. I should choose them too. Most people think playing hard to get is manipulation, but here's the truth. The moment you make someone your entire focus, you stop being theirs. Not because they're shallow, because their brain is wired to want what feels rare. The move isn't to fake disinterest, it's to actually have something else going on. Be the person who likes them, but doesn't need them. Because the second the triangle collapses, so does the attraction. Effort calibration signal. You're texting someone you like. They send a paragraph. You send two. They take an hour to respond. You reply in 3 minutes. They suggest hanging out sometime. You offer 3 dates, 2 backup plans, and a list of places. You think you're showing interest. They think you're showing desperation. Here's the invisible rule nobody tells you. Effort has to match. Not because relationships are transactional, because your brain is constantly measuring investment ratios. knows. When someone gives more than they're getting back, their brain doesn't think, I'm winning. It thinks, why are they trying so hard? What's wrong with them that they have to? And when someone receives way more than they give, they don't feel grateful. They feel pressure, guilt, and eventually trapped. The attraction dies. Not from lack of interest, from imbalance. This is the effort calibration signal. Your brain is always asking, are we equally invested here? When the answer is yes, texts match in length and speed, plans get made by both people, energy flows both ways, the connection feels easy, natural, like it's building itself. But when one person is doing all the work, the other person's brain starts running a different calculation. If they're this available, this eager, this accommodating, they must not have better options. Harsh, automatic, true. The people who stay attractive, they calibrate. You text them, they text back. But not instantly, not with more effort than you gave, just matched. You make plans, they show up. But they also suggest things, contribute, meet you halfway. They're interested, but they're not chasing. They're present, but not performing. Your brain reads that as equal footing, mutual desire, safe to invest more. Most people think effort shows you care, but mismatched effort shows you're scared. Scared they'll lose interest, scared you're not enough, scared this is your only shot. And fear is the least attractive thing you can broadcast. The move isn't to pull back out of spite, it's to stop front-loading effort before you've seen theirs. Match their energy, mirror their investment. Let the connection build at the same speed for both of you. Because the moment they feel like they're being chased, they'll run.